Hi, today's episode of Intercultural Communication will be discussing about becoming a competent intercultural communicator. But first, I would like to start with a quote. The worst distance between two people is misunderstanding. As we know, dealing with communication, especially with people from other cultures, is a big challenge in terms of language, customs, beliefs, behaviors, but also in regards to nonverbal communication. Becoming a competent intercultural communicator is not an easy task because it requires the development of competences such as the linguistic, the sociolinguistic, and the pragmatic according to the Common European Framework 2001. However, there are many other components that influences the improvement of such intercultural competence. But before to start, what is the intercultural competence about? According to Kim, it is the internal capability of an individual to manage the key challenging features of the intercultural competence. Or in other words, it is the capability or the ability to interact effectively and appropriately with members of other cultural backgrounds. Now, let's talk about the components that influences or that improve the intercultural competence, which are motivation, skills, sensitivity, character, and knowledge. Let's start with motivation. According to Birinsky, Montoya, and Rottenholm, motivation it is the personal desire to improve the communication abilities and at the same time showing empathy and effort to speak, understand, and relate with diverse cultures.
Knowledge and sensitivity. Concerning knowledge, it's divided into two different elements, which are content knowledge and procedural knowledge. Content knowledge refers to words, topics, and meanings in a situation, while procedural knowledge, the root is procedure, which refers to an action. It has to do with how you plan, assemble, and perform content knowledge in a given context. So, for example, if you are in India, you have to know that cows are sacred, and you can't say that you love eating cows. It would be disrespectful. Now, concerning sensitivity, it has to do with being tolerant to behaviors, costumes which are unfamiliar or strange to us. In such case, it also deals with being flexible, patient, open to diversity, and most importantly, accepting cultural differences. As an example, if you are in China, you have to know that they like eating fried rats or ants, insects. You can't discriminate or judge them because you don't do the same.
Another important component is skills. You require certain skills for communicating with different cultures due to the fact that each culture has different ways of communicating and behaving. The skills you require for communicating successfully with these cultures are observing, listening, analyzing, interpreting, and then applying what you perceive in the behaviors of ways of communicating. However, you have to take into account that you cannot apply what you learn from a culture to another one. Another important component is character. Character is the way in which you show your attitudes towards your interlocutor. You need always to show a good attitude in order to succeed in communication. You cannot show a bad attitude or a bad face, doing like if you don't care about the conversation and the interaction, because the communication will suffer a breakdown.
That's not true. Kinda.
Show always a good attitude.
Why should I smile? Tell me now. Why should I be happy? Tell me now. When the tide is so high in front of me, when there's a big stumbling block ahead of me, why should I be happy today? Why should I be happy? Tell me now, when my enemies and friends are all pulling me down.